So I got disowned by my sister-in-law for mourning Charlie Kirk. I never post on my Facebook about my political views because that's just kind of where I have a lot of close friends and family. And a lot of my close friends and family don't agree with me on politics. Since Charlie Kirk's assassination, I just came out with it. I said that I'm a Christian, I'm a Republican, I'm for accountability, I supported Charlie Kirk, and if you need to block me or unfollow me, then do so, but this is who I am. My sister-in-law makes a post saying how it's so insane if you supported somebody who is anti-immigration and hateful and homophobic and racist, which is so weird because I don't even know who she's talking about. Sounds horrible. And then you go and you eat dinner with your Mexican family. Well, obviously I confronted her and I was like, hey, was this about me? She's like, no, it wasn't about you, but it applies to you. And I was like, oh yeah, well, I don't know how because I'm not racist, homophobic, hateful, whatever. And then I went on to inform her because she's one of those liberals who thinks that the Triple K group comes from Republicans and calls the President of the United States a Cheeto man. So I'm obviously dealing with somebody very sophisticated. I just informed her that those things were wrong, and then she blocked me. I knew who she was the whole time. I knew what she believed in, and I didn't agree with any of it. But I still loved her, and I still sat with her and ate with her, and I was still her friend. She has treated me with hate and brought my kids into it at times. From this point on, I'm going to be much louder than I was before and much more unapologetic. And I don't have room in my life for hateful people, so you can take yourselves out.
If they don't agree with you to the point where you can't rightfully express your opinions freely, are they truly your close friends and family? You know, the only type of people who would disown their family and friends are people who are mentally ill, people with no soul, and fake friends and family.
Some tea. There's a creator who's on here who's in the liberal space who's actually grown. I think that her account is more so popular on Instagram than it is on here. I don't know. I have her blocked on like all platforms. But I got word today that she was a part of like the firing community. Like one of the individuals who was anti-Charlie Kirk posted a video and then allegedly got fired. At least she told her followers that she got fired. So she put up a GoFundMe account or a GiveSendGo, one of those bullshit things. And I shouldn't say bullshit things because it's actually really helpful to most communities actually need it. But GiveSendGo or like a GoFundMe to raise money for herself because she got terminated for calling out fascists. Anyway, she's raised almost $40,000, which is wild. Her original goal was I think 5 or 10,000, and now she's up to almost 40,000 in a day. It's fucking wild that liberals say they don't have money and yet they're donating to $40,000 to somebody. Anyway, come to find out, she wasn't even fired. Come to find out that she still has that job and nobody knows. And I only know this because another creator who told me, we're all kind of in this group of people who know about it. And then she has proof because people called her workplace and were transferred to her at her job. She actually got picked up the phone and was like, hi, this is da-da-da-da-da. How can I help you? And they're like, I thought you got fired. So she's out here lying to her followers, made almost $40,000 already. Didn't get fired. Oh my God. It's just the lying. It's the deceit. And then she's using it as an excuse to make coin. And truthfully, right, two things here. One, it's fraud. She should totally be held accountable to being fraudulent. But number two, it's just so funny that this is happening to liberals because y'all fell for it. Your hard-earned money going to somebody who already has a job and lied to you to steal your money. But hey, slay queen. I guess you got an extra $40,000 bonus check. Hopefully nobody comes after you and nobody sues you for fraud because that's why.
If I'm not mistaken, I strongly believe this is fraud or fraudulent misrepresentation. Here's her contact information. We need somebody to investigate this.
So the day after Charlie Kirk died, I was in class. My teacher said, I'll give you 5 minutes for hot takes about Charlie Kirk. I was the only person who raised their hand. I said, I've been saying we need to bring back political assassinations. I don't feel bad, and I don't think that everyone deserves the right to free speech. I think some people should be afraid to express their opinion in public. So this class is literally about revolution in China. All of our readings for this month have been talking about how violent revolution liberated millions of people, it liberated women, and then our reading for that day was specifically about democratic dictatorship, where Mao writes about, yes, people deserve free speech, but there should not be free speech for reactionaries and imperialists and like capitalists and all these people who are enemies of the revolution, because that would reverse the progress that was made.
And of course, she has they, them in her bio. Now, as an Asian American myself, we don't accept this Asian bumbleclut as our own.
So I got fired from my job today because one of you guys decided to send my videos, my Charlie Kirk videos, to my boss. Yeah. I don't know who did it. They won't tell me. They were sent anonymously to my boss. My boss pulled me in the office today and he pulls up his phone and he said, "This you?" And I looked at it and I was like, "Nah, boss, that ain't me." And then of course I pop up on screen, so I can't deny it, that it was me. Who did it, MAGA? Which one of you guys got me fired, bro? Send my video to my boss. Who does that? Yo, and on top of that, you got my account almost banned, bro. I didn't even say nothing bad about Charlie. Alright? We had our differences, but I didn't know the guy. I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I make conspiracy videos, yo. You guys got me fired. Fired from my job. Now what? Now what? How am I supposed to buy my Pokemon cards? How am I supposed to buy my double cheeseburgers with no pickle, extra fry, barbecue sauce, with my chicken nugget? How am I supposed to buy that now? I bought that every night I got off of work. Love McDonald's, bro. More than I love Charlie Kirk. And now you guys got me fired. Boy. MAGA, one of you guys owe me a job now. Not cool.
Now, to all these people who are crying about losing their job for something that they said, now imagine losing your life for it. Now, to all you murderer celebrations, I just want to wish you guys a happy, pleasant unemployment. Because damn it, McDonald's is hiring.
To say Charlie deserved to die and you're glad he did. They have a right to say that. But we have a right to fire you. You can't walk into the office and say you're into homicide. You can't work at CNN and tweet, "I'm comfortable with cold-blooded murder. More people need to be killed." Speech is free, but you're not free from the consequences. If you're glad Charlie's dead and thought he had it coming, I'm supposed to sit next to you in the break room? You're going to teach my kid at school or serve in government? And I'm supposed to just say, free speech. You're advertising that you're a maniac and that you have no decency, compassion, or humanity, that you're indifferent to death. And not just indifferent, you're sickly gleeful. That makes you a threat. That makes you dangerous. It makes you a beast. And what do we do with beasts? We leave them out in the wild. We have to be very careful about the kind of people we associate with. They aren't entitled to work for us. And these people, sadly, are everywhere. This is more than just a disagreement over the border or crime or politics. We're talking about murder. Would CNN be okay if their producer said, "That girl that got raped, she had it coming"? Of course not. Or the Ukrainian refugee stabbed to death on a train, Irina, deserved to die. Those floods in Texas, that's karma. Hope you can swim. Never. And we're not saying these people should be put in prison. We're saying they're not walking into my office. I'm not letting them hang around my family. I don't want to be anywhere near them.
Listen here, Trump supporters. I'm hearing more and more rumors of you guys coming after us. Do it. Come on, bring it. That's all I got to say.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
Bro shouldn't be worried about politics. He should be worried about getting a damn toothbrush. Don't let this guy bite you. His saliva is probably as toxic as a Komodo dragon's. Bro's teeth look like it got separated by Moses.
He needs some milk.
You guys are just so horrible. He was shot in front of his 2 kids. He was a father. So was Osama bin Laden. But also, real quick, weren't you guys the ones who said that you wanted to create a reality TV show of immigrants escaping Alcatraz and being eaten by alligators? Weren't you guys the ones? Yeah, Christina and Donald Trump were talking about it in a press briefing. Yeah, that was you. So I'm sorry, empathy? The man who literally just lost his life said that empathy makes you weak. So who am I? I'm listening to the man. Who am I to have empathy? That's weak. It's weak. We need to be strong. No empathy for this man. He would want it that way, okay, guys? But also, like, he had kids. Yeah. And the parents also had kids in school shootings, and now they're gone. So, yeah. Thoughts and prayers, though.
Simply incredible. Just when you thought you'd seen it all. Like, I don't know why people today have absolutely zero thought about their cyber footprint. To be honest, it's not that hard to find. Guys, here's our contact information. Now, internet, do your job.
If you were gonna get the job done, there were 2 better candidates.
I have a feeling this video just put you on a few watch lists.
Furthermore, when that happens, and it will, it will, not only will we be insensitive, that'll be the least of your worries, but it's gonna be the biggest fucking celebration.
There's the difference between me and you, all of us and all of you. We don't wish horrible things on people. We don't want that to happen to any of you or any of your leaders. But then you want to turn around and say we are the horrible people. And what did you mean by it will? Do you know something? Do you need someone to come ask you if you know something? Maybe give you a little knocky knock on the door?
The entire planet is gonna celebrate when he takes a turn. Finally!
You guys are freaking delusional. You have these, like, delusions of grandeur that all these people all over the world agree with you. You'd be very surprised, and I'm sure very disappointed at how many people from other countries have been in my comments saying they stand with us. You're a very small percentage of this country, and actually, you guys are losing followers like crazy since all of you have decided to act like this, which is only doing us a favor. Keep it up. Good job.
Is it just me, or have you guys started to notice a pattern here? Have you guys noticed that it's always the same party over and over and over again, promoting such hatred and violence? That's the reason why so many people are leaving the Democratic Party. Have a look.
I am fucking done with the Democratic Party. You guys are psychotic. I've been a Democrat my entire life. I'm 43 years old, and I've never been more humiliated and embarrassed to be part of something. You guys are the most racist, hateful, bigoted, nasty group of people I've ever had to commingle with. And it's not all, just to be clear, but it's a majority of you guys. The left has lost their goddamn minds. What I've witnessed over the last 72 hours has been an absolute disgrace. Disgrace. You guys want to sit here, you want to abort babies at 9 months, you want to leave the borders wide open. New York City is an absolute disgrace. You have no idea what's going on in Manhattan. It's disgusting. Disgusting. It's not even livable anymore. I can't wait to get out of here. We have people that are getting set on fire in New York City subways, not once, but twice. The stores are being looted. People are being pushed in front of the trains. The streets are filled with piss and weed. And I swear to God, I hope New York City single-handedly flips the entire New York State red. Because I am done. I am done.
But wait! There's more!
It doesn't matter! Colorblind is actually a racist society.
If you escape to the north or wherever, white people, whomever, have an obligation to return you to your master. That's something inscribed in law.
That's not critical race theory. We can just die it down. Well, I'll tell you what Kimberly Crenshaw calls critical race theory. She believes that a society that is colorblind is actually a racist society.
There's our evidence. Where'd she go?
I know, but like,
where'd she go?
So we just want to pin the camera around. They made our point perfect. The left is more violent.
Their entire intention is to make you content! Their entire purpose is to make a grip out of you! Right here! Every single one of you are fucking falling for it! I hope you realize that!
He's right!
Their entire right!
Can you condemn?
At the expense of us!
Can you condemn Charlie Kirk? The assassination of Charlie?
I don't care!
Why don't you care? Why don't you care?
Hate every single person around here! Get the fuck away from this table! It doesn't matter!
Why don't you care?
He's right!
What matters is us! Not them!
That is crazy. Hey, get off our table. Get off our table.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
There we go. Oh, thank you for making our. You're right. The left.
I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to watch how uncivilized and unhinged the woke left are. They're one step away from being animals. The majority of these people, they belong in a freaking zoo.
Charlie Kirk was not your everyday 31-year-old. Charlie Kirk was a platformed Yahtzee worth $12 million. How did he get that $12 million, you ask? By platforming overt Yahtzee rhetoric. Play Yahtzee games, win Yahtzee prizes. When you build a platform off of supporting a carceral and militarized society, what the fuck do you expect? When you build a platform having zero sympathy for the victims of the colonial projects, militarized terror, what the fuck do you expect? The globalized struggle caused by what Charlie Kirk supported is now taking place all over the planet. Whether that's in the form of climate crisis, mass disablement of C-19, or the global uprisings, like in the form of Nepal and Indonesia, and those of us who are choosing to speak out against the ongoing genocide of Sudanese, Congolese, and Palestinian folks. This is not a coincidence. This is a righteous discontent and response to systemic terrorism and normalized violence. And if you don't understand the difference between righteous response to systemic violence and violence itself, you need to shut the fuck up right now.
A few moments later.
Neo-Nazis are gonna love this one. I just got out of an impromptu meeting with the vice president of Western Governors University, scheduled on my calendar 10 minutes after I arrived back from my midday break. No one else was scheduled on the meeting, besides Casey Clark, the vice president of Western Governors University. But then the HR representative showed up first, and we both sat there, and knowing that she's worked at the university for about a month. And then he showed up, and I said, it would have been great if we met each other under different circumstances, Casey. And he said, yeah, I'm gonna fire you, basically. And he said that even though Ohio is a one-party consent state, and I only showed the part of the conversation where I spoke during the prior meeting, that breached the policy for the university, which if you ask me, sounds like illegal retaliation for calling out the president, Scott D. Pulsifer, for neo-Nazi sympathizing with Charlie Kirk. But I would love a pro bono lawyer to verify whether or not that's correct. And then he said, I celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. If me calling out who Charlie Kirk was, which was someone with neo-Nazi beliefs and statements, is celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, then so be it. because that's who the fuck he was. He was a neo-Nazi. And any organization that would fire me for calling a neo-Nazi is not an organization I want to work at. Now all WGU students, faculty, and staff will know that the president and vice president are both neo-Nazi sympathizers.
It's a two-way street. Now, if you're free to say someone deserved to die, then your employer is free to say you're fired.
You're fired! Get out! You're fired!
Is it just me, or are you also surprised at the amount of MAGA people coming out of the woodworks? Like people you would have never thought were MAGA or kept their mouth shut in the past, but somehow Charlie Kirk is now the line, and now that he's not here, people are becoming very vocal on social media platforms when they were silent before. What is it about this particular person that's their line in the sand? I am genuinely asking that question because I'm not completely understanding it. I understand that some people view him as some kind of decent debater, which is confusing to me because he basically just used all logical fallacies in a debate, and he never entered into any kind of good faith debate from anything I've ever seen. So he's not a good debater. He had terrible views that were incredibly racist, homophobic, misogynistic, and dangerous in general. So please, please help me understand. What am I missing?
Now, to the people on the left and to the people who hate Charlie Kirk, let me just say this. Charlie Kirk was a very moderate, polite conservative. He was not extreme, not a wacky conspiracy theorist, not a misogynistic incel. Charlie Kirk was a normal guy. Now, when you kill him for having polite civil debates, then you dance on his grave, you show all of us how you actually feel about every one of us. We now know you want us all dead. We now know you will lie and slander us, then dance on our graves. We now know how you will treat our grieving widows and how you will laugh at our children and say that they are next when we die. Now that's when you cross the line. Now guys, do you agree with me or not? Now ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.